Aquarius, happy November 2017. I hope you're doing fantastic. This is Dark Dove Tarot. As you know, I always pre-shuffle, but I'm going to add a little energy to the cards before we get started. All right, so Aquarius, this is for November 2017. I'm Dark Dove Tarot. As you know, I move pretty fast. I have a lot to say, a lot I want to get out without taking up too much of your time. This is a general read, so check your sun, moon, and rising. However, this is about love. I base it for singles and anybody looking to reconcile, but generally for singles because those are the people who tend to, request private reads, etc., and ask questions, contact me. So feel free to reach out if you, want to like, subscribe, comment. I'm always, looking to see what you guys prefer, what you're interested in, what's going to make you happy. I'm doing this for you, so any feedback is always appreciated. Again, or liking, subscribing. If you want a private read, the information is in the description below. As I said, I focused on singles, but I will touch base on anybody looking to reconcile as well. Sorry, I thought I had two cards there. As always, like I said, general read, check your sun, moon, and rising, as some months those may pertain to you more than others. I move pretty fast. I have a lot to say, a lot I want to get out. So let's get started. Last month I asked everybody if you prefer the cards up or down. I'm going to pull a theme of the month card as well. Last month I asked, and every single person who emailed me, commented, or IM'd me, stated that they wanted it face down. So I guess like me, you guys appreciate the, sorry, the cards just fell. Appreciate the mystery, so to speak, in not knowing. All right, so let's get started here. All right, and whoa, these cards are flying out all over the place. All right, so your theme of the month is the Hierophant. All right, so the theme of the month being the Hierophant tells me, or Hierophant, however you want to say it, tells me that some of you are dealing with like a higher power, maybe feeling more spiritual in general, in life, maybe feeling, whether you're single or whether you're looking to reconcile. This says that some of you are looking at the greater good, looking at the universe, kind of not trying to control things, but, letting maybe just, something bigger than yourself kind of direct you in the right path this month, which is never a bad way to go. The first card you have is your current position coming into the month, and you have the Chariot. Okay. So the Chariot, if you're single, is saying that you are mixed. I'm guessing between two people. It could be three people. You may not have met them yet, right? Because this is throughout November, so it doesn't mean it's going to happen right this second. It also could mean that you've been dating them for a month or two and you're not quite sure, or you've recently met a few people. Because the Chariot is all about finding a duality and also a balance. Now, this could be a duality between work, if you're single and you're maybe a single parent, this is about you figuring out how to balance work, love, dating, obviously family comes first, pets, etc. And so this coming up, this is also Cancer, Aquarius. So this could mean that you met a Cancer, you're going to meet a Cancer, you met a few Cancers. It could even be a water sign, Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer, but this is Cancer's card right here, so that may be somebody you've dealt with or are dealing with. But this says, hey, that you're coming into this month, like you know what you want, you believe that you're going to find it and get it, right, because of the Hierophant, but you're also understanding that you have to learn to balance everything. The duality in the Chariot says that, look, you're looking for somebody who's on the same path with you, right? Because the Chariot only moves if both of you are moving in the same direction, right? If you're looking to settle down and have a family, then you're probably not going to pick somebody up who is looking to just screw around and have a friend with benefit type relationship, right? So the Chariot is actually a very good card because this says you're on one path and you're hoping that you're going to meet people on the same path. And some of you may have already met potential people on the same path. You're just trying to figure out yourself too. You're being very self-aware. You're trying to have self-control over what is important to you, what is good for you, what's healthy for you, but also indulging in, you know, having fun and having the romance. So definitely a good position to be in coming into the month. If you're looking to reconcile, the Chariot says that you seek some sort of balance. I don't know that you're in contact with that person. Something tells me that some of you are in contact with that person. If you're not in consistent contact with them, you're somehow, maybe you're messaging occasionally or you're just checking up on each other. But this says, look, you either need to find a balance to where you both are heading in the same direction. If you're not going in the same direction, if you want kids and they don't, if you want to get married and they don't, or vice versa, if you don't want kids, you're not ready and they do, the Chariot stops. It doesn't go anywhere because you both have to be heading in the same direction for the Chariot to move. This is also about figuring out who you are. So some of you may be going, maybe it's been a relationship for a long time and you're just not sure that you know yourself or you know what you want. Maybe you thought you knew what you wanted and you're just not completely sure. It's also about duality. So it's about being together, but also being able to be your own person, if that makes sense. So this card very much, if you're looking to reconcile, says, look, you know, you are still a person who likes your own things and wants to do your own things and has interest in things that you want to accomplish. And maybe that's what this is coming down to, that you feel kind of like you're not able to be that person in this relationship. And you're just trying to figure out exactly what's going to fit for you. The next card you have is anything internal throughout the month of November. And you have the King of Swords. And again, this is internal, so this is any feelings coming into the month of November. Now, the King of Swords talks about truth, talks about fairness. So if you're dating or if you're looking for somebody and you're single, this is saying that you want the justness. I mean, because literally this is a just card. So this, and it's also about, you know, marriage and kids as well. So that tells me that some of you really do want that potential partner for life. And you feel very strongly about it. And this is saying, but you're also understanding that you need to be open and honest about you, about what you stand for, about what's important to you. And you're looking for somebody. That is where kind of the Hierophant comes in too, because this is saying, there's no secrets with me anymore. And not that Aquarius tells secrets at all. But what I'm saying is, we all try and show our better self up front, right? And anybody who says they don't is, you know, I'm sure there's some people out there who are going to say that's not true, but it's true. You look your best when you're going on a first date. You are impressing people. This is you saying, yeah, I'm still going to make the effort, but I'm laying it all on the table. Like, I'm not scared because eventually, like, they're going to have to see my good and my bad, and they're going to have to accept me for that. So you really just want somebody who's going to be a good fit for you. If you're looking to reconcile, this tells me that there's something you're unclear on. Somebody lied to you, somebody cheated on you, somebody lied about money, somebody lied about substance abuse. There's some sort of truth that you're seeking. You're trying to find out. And it's also about a fairness. So it's almost like, you know that you weren't perfect in certain things in the relationship, but this is like, some of you may have been blindsided. And if you weren't blindsided, it's kind of like you knew something was going on. You knew something wasn't right. You asked about it. You asked about it. You asked about it. They lied about it. And now you're like, until I know the truth, until I get to the bottom of what's going on, I'm not interested in what you have to say. The next card you have is your distant past, over the past few years. Could be 10 years, could be your childhood. And you have the Queen of Cups. I'm sorry. And the Queen of Cups is very interesting because that's a water sign and you have Cancer here. But the Queen of Cups for your past relationships is about mystery. It's about spirituality. So you have the spirituality card of the Queen and the spirituality card of the Hierophant, somebody who's wise and teaching. And the Queen of Cups says that some of you either, it's interesting, I've had religion pop up a couple times for a few signs in the past card. And the Queen of Cups tells me that some of you are of a faith that maybe you were supposed to, you know, meet people of that same faith. Or maybe you had really strong beliefs maybe you came from a very strong, like, Catholic family, right? So did I. And it got less and less Catholic as I got older. And for some of you, it may be the same thing or maybe different in the fact that, like, maybe your grandparents were really religious, your parents were really religious, maybe you went to religious schools, maybe you went on a mission, maybe there's all sorts of things that could play here. But for some of you, I'm kind of finding like either you got away from that because it wasn't working for you, and maybe the people that you were falling in love with weren't in that faith, and you realized that you could love people outside of that faith. Or it could be the opposite, that maybe you're finding because the Hierophant's coming up that you need to return to those beliefs. Now, it doesn't even have to be religion. It could just be believing in the faith of a relationship or other people. Some of you seem like broken almost. The Queen is saying, you know, here, have a drink, you know, heal yourself. Here's some water. I know that sounds strange, but it's kind of like some of you have had some broken past relationships, or, you know, where you question your own faith. You question your own faith in God. You question your own faith in the divine or whoever you believe in, the universe. I mean, it doesn't matter. You could be Buddhist, you could be Jewish, you could be Catholic. This is saying, or whatever religion you are, this is saying that some of you were broken, and maybe just your faith in your own spirituality, which doesn't have to rely on anything other than what you believe in your heart. So somewhere here, some of you were brokenhearted because you lost some sort of faith. You lost some sort of hope. Whether you're single or reconciling, looking to reconcile, I always read this card together because that says, you know, generally this is a long time ago. It's not the person, if you're looking to reconcile, that you're looking at now, although it can be. I always bring the past up because it's something to either remind you of a path not to take, but you want to remember the good from the bad, right? So you don't want to go back to past behaviors that were unhealthy for a relationship, but you want to remember the good times, savor those, and figure out how to achieve those again. But the Queen is definitely saying, look, you know, at some point there was some sort of mystery going on with a significant other, maybe like an ex. There was something you were held in the dark from for a long time. Maybe your parents separated and you never really knew why, or maybe you never knew your mother or never knew your father. There's definitely a mystery in the Queen, and maybe that's why you've had bad relationships, because you didn't have the other parent present, or you thought that was a part of it. There's lots, all of a sudden my head is like jumbled because there's all these things coming in, like, you know, a person who didn't know a parent, and they always vowed that they wouldn't, you know, put their kids through what they went through. And then there's also other people who are like in their deepest, darkest days of like losing all faith and now finding it again, but still feeling like, you know, like you're feeling like you need to regain that faith in other people and belief in love in order to continue. I know that was just kind of conjumbled, but there's all these things that jumped out at me. Basically what it's saying is focus on the here and now and believe in yourself. Have the hope, have the inspiration, because love is love. And if it wasn't beautiful at times, we wouldn't want it. And if it didn't make us better at times, we wouldn't strive to find it. The next card you have is your immediate past, over the past few weeks, past month or so, and you have the Ace of Swords. The Ace of Swords is all about power and logic. So if you're single, you are like coming up as this person who's going, you know, I kind of have the power to date who I want. If I want marriage, if I want kids, those are the people I'm going to seek out. And I have the power to now choose. Like you're deciding to read the red flags and understand how things work, and understand that not everybody's going to be for you, and it takes a lot of time, and you have to kiss a lot of frogs to get there. It's almost like you see clarity in dating, and you haven't seen clarity in dating in a long time. However, like I said, for some of you, I think that you have met one or two people, maybe even three people that you think could be potential suitors that might be very good for you. And that right here, like I said, is this duality or self-control of trying to figure out what you want and not jumping the gun and rush into it and just, you know, you're following your head instead of your heart. And not that you don't, because Aquarius are very smart. And they're very dual in that, being able to have the emotion and have the smarts and wits about them as well. But the Ace is saying, look, you know, you have that clarity. You know what you want. And you know when people are being genuine with you. This month, you're extremely intuitive. So, you know, work off of that. Because that's going to be very important coming up. Very important. It's also very interesting that you have Major Arcana, and then you have Suits so far. That's interesting. If you're looking to reconcile, this is you saying, okay, I have the power. So this is telling me that somehow you are in control of whether you get back together with them. Now, you may be waiting for them to contact you, but you still have the power on whether you want to get together with them. So I think some of you were lied to, cheated on. I mean, I think not basic, but it is. It's sad. It's basic relationship stuff that terminates relationships or causes rifts in relationships. And this Ace is saying, first of all, you have the power to determine whether you get back together with that person or not. Even if you're waiting for them to contact you and it takes 2 months for them to contact you, or you think they never will, somehow they will be contacting you, but you're going to decide whether or not you want to be with them. You also have the clarity this month too. But you're still looking for this truth, but you have the clarity that you're right. Something wasn't being presented to you truthfully. So I think some of you doubted, like, well, maybe I'm being paranoid, but no, this card is saying whatever you were worried about, you were being logical about, and, you know, you don't want to be played a fool, and I think that's what this person is doing, and you know it because they fed you this line of BS before. The next card you have is your distant future, so over the next few months through the end of the year, and you have the Queen of Wands. Again, you have all these higher suit cards. The Queen of Wands, which, by the way, you know, this is you showing up here in your distant future. So the Queen of Wands is somebody who is creative. I love the Queen of Wands because this is somebody who's, you know, they've got ferocity, they're confident, they're passionate, they're enthusiastic about life, they're lustful, this is an energy that, you know, sometimes takes a lot of, like, you almost have to force yourself to feel this energetic, and you're not going to have to force it. It's just going to come. Plus, it's fire, the Queen of Wands, which is amazing. And the reason that I say you're coming up for yourself, even though technically, if you think about it, this card and this card is coming up for you. But the Queen of Wands, I've always felt, you know, represents all signs, because at one point or another, we all feel that ferocity, that confidence, where it's just overbearing. It's like bursting out of you. So I'm feeling like this is you coming out of your shell. If you're single, this is you saying, hey, I'm here. I'm available. I mean, come on, world. I'm like ready to date. I'm ready to, you know, make things happen. You know, I'm excited. I'm on fire. And I think that this is you. If you have met a few people, like I said, with the beginning, like with the Chariot, the Queen is saying, you know, come get me, baby. Like, I'm here, but you're going to wait and see what they do, if that makes sense. You're going to wait and see, like, how they present themselves. You're going to wait and see how much effort they put into it. I feel like some of you have not had people who've genuinely put effort into you, or they're always looking for the grass is always greener. And you're kind of tired of it. So you're going to show up the next few months going, hey, you know, I'm right here, and I'm a great person. I'm a great human. I would be an amazing catch, but you're going to have to do some work to catch me, because I'm tired of either being the one who always has to facilitate, or being the one who's like, oh, he or she said hello, or they text me extra today, I'm smitten. No, you're like, no, it's going to take some impressing upon before I just, you know, jump into your arms and say, you know, hey, I'm yours. If you're looking to reconcile, the Queen also says that while you may be waiting to see what truths lie behind whatever has been, you know, kept from you, or anything you feel like the wool's been kind of pulled over your, you know, over your eyes, so to speak, the Queen is saying that you're going to be feeling this, just, I don't care. Like, I don't care. I'm an amazing person, and somebody's going to think I'm pretty amazing, and you can just watch and learn, because I feel like you're going to be flirting or attempting with, you know, tempting a little bit, not tempting people, that's, I don't know, maybe just seeing what type of charm you have. It's kind of like you're going to like dust off the old going out clothes or having fun clothes, or, you know, you're going to go to an old watering hole, or you're going to go to an old spot, or you're going to call up people that, you know, maybe have kids or married or whatever, but you're going to get like the gang back together for a night or two, you know, a month or something, just to kind of kick up some dirt and have some fun. I feel like you need to break out. You need to have this wild side, because your cards here that represent Aquarius, they're pretty strict, strong, looking for clarity, looking for, you know, logic. They're all about being powerful. And you're kind of like, that's great, but I want to kind of enjoy some sexy time too, because it's been a while and you deserve it. And maybe it's time to, you know, impress that upon yourself, that it's okay to feel good about yourself and not dwell on somebody who can't get their act together. The next card you have is your immediate future, so over the next few weeks and throughout November, and you have the Knight of Cups. And seriously, what is going on? These are all, you know, court cards here. All right, so the Knight of Cups is somebody that is dreaming and fanciful. So if you're single, this is you over the next few weeks going, I want the romance. I want to feel good about it. You're coming in watching for being, like I said, self-controlling, not self-controlling, being in control, you know, self-control as far as not getting too whimsical, not getting too fancy-free. But somebody is going to kick that into overdrive to where they're going to bring out the sexy side of you, but you're also going to be with the Knight throughout November dreaming about, like, what would it be like spending a lot more time with this person? You may, again, be dating a few people now, and that may resonate with, hey, there's one or two people that I really could see myself with. And so you're going to be thinking about them, and you're going to be doing that kind of daydreaming, the far-sighted, what if, where could we go? And if it's not somebody that you've met, it's going to be somebody you've met, because see, he's offering a cup or like a cheers, a toast, like, hey, you know, let's do this. And so somewhere here, somebody's coming in, and they're just going to make you feel real dreamy, real romantic. They're kind of going to either knock your socks off, or it's going to be a conjoined effort. They're going to put in the effort, and then you're going to return it by being like, hey, baby. And not just in a physical way, but in a very empowered way. They're going to open up a confidence and instill in you that you're worth it and that you're important enough to find somebody really good. So they may start off like this, romance and making you feel kind of whimsical, and you're going to end it by returning the favor and being like, you know what, I kind of like you too, and you make me feel good, and I think you're a good fit for me. If you're looking to reconcile, this says, the Knight definitely says that you're being fanciful and romantic as well. You're feeling those feelings, but I gotta tell you, Aquarius, I don't know if you're feeling those feelings for your ex. I kind of feel like you're feeling those feelings in hopes that you're going to be able to be this charming person who presents themselves to maybe have some fun. This Knight is saying, look, you know, you're not going to be sitting here doing everything by yourself. You're going to meet somebody to, you know, cheers that glass with, you know, metaphorically speaking, and enjoy yourself. It's not that anything is striking me as like you're not going to ever be able to reconcile, but there's definitely these cards saying, look, you know, they lied, they cheated, they lost your trust, and maybe they'll gain it back, and maybe that is still your focus, but you're going to have some fun. You're still going to be dreaming about what could be. And maybe you're dreaming about what could be with the person that you want to reconcile with. Or maybe you're dreaming about what could be with somebody new. But this is definitely you being able to feel romantic. Now, it could be completely opposite, and you guys decide to reconcile, or at least you decide to make contact, and you're feeling romantic about it. But this Queen right here, if you're looking to reconcile, is telling me that's you on fire, but not on fire because you're reconciling. So somebody else may come into the picture, or you just may be having fun flirting and getting to know other people. The next card you have is anything external. So anything you need to do or anything that should be a focus throughout the month of November, and it could be in the beginning, the middle, the end. It could be for one day or the entire month. Now this is the Four of Swords, and this is you as well, because, you know, you're an air sign, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. No, oh my gosh, I totally just spaced that. I'm sorry, I'm flipping signs because I'm thinking of, anyways, yeah, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. I don't know why I just did that. So usually I go, anyways, I go in order, but I went backwards and it threw me off. All right, so the Four of Swords is saying that you need rest and relaxation. This is saying, Aquarius, have some fun, enjoy yourself, right? Have a good time, but you need some rest and relaxation. You need, this is exhaustion. So you're going to be dating. You're going to be having fun. You may be meeting people who bring you out of your comfort zone. You may be, you know, again, feeling dreamy, romantic. Maybe they're kind of, you know, taking you for a ride on this chariot. Like, hey, we could do some fun things together. We could have an adventure. We're very similar. We're looking for the same things. But in the meantime, rest. Like if the dating is getting, if there's a lot, maybe you're dating one or two people, or maybe if there's a lot going on, if you're doing online dating or meetup groups and you haven't met the one or two people to focus your energy on, this is saying, you know, don't overdo it. Don't overwhelm yourself and don't overthink it. It's saying take the time to relax. Think about things clearly. Don't get too caught up. Again, the chariot, when you come into November, means that you're, you know, that you are, balancing things and you're trying to figure things out. And this is saying you're balancing work, you're balancing kids, you're doing all of that. So definitely don't allow yourself to get too overwhelmed or too exhausted, or you're just not going to have, you know, as an amazing of a time dating this person and getting to know them to feel like this. You won't feel like this if you wear yourself out. That's basically what this is saying. Take time to keep that balance in check. Don't overdate, don't overwork, don't you know, have fun, be reasonable about it, and don't let things get carried away because you don't want to overexhaust yourself. And because once you do that, you're just not yourself, and then you're not feeling good about anything. And meeting somebody or having fun with somebody could, you know, become almost taxing because you're too worn out to enjoy it. If you're looking to reconcile, this is saying, look, you got to take a break. So I really do feel, Aquarius, that most of you know this, and if you don't know this, this is saying you got to take a break. Whatever it is that this person, this is recuperating. So whatever it is, now I'm starting to think that like some of you just found out that this person cheated and you guys split, and now it's like a month or two later and you're going, should we get back together? Should we not get back together? I don't know that you should make any big decisions on anything. I think you need to take some time to rest and think about it and go from there, because this is telling me, look, I don't think you need to make any big decisions. Now, if you want to go out and date and flirt, fine. But you may even just become the queen over the next month or two, because maybe you're doing what a lot of people do when they separate. You're, you know, taking time to like beautify yourself or go pump some iron or whatever. So it doesn't necessarily mean you're going to be dating other people, but you're sure as heck not going to let this other person's lies and deception ruin you. And in order to do that too, you have to, you know, meditate or recuperate from things that you've been through, because some of it's been shocking and some of it's been kind of heartbreaking. The next card you have is anything you're going to be feeling internal throughout the month of November. Again, could be in the beginning, middle, end. It could be a day, could be 10 days. Now, this is a beautiful card. This is what your goal is. This is where you want to be. So whether you're single or looking to reconcile, I feel like this stands very high for both of you. This is joy. This is family. This is peace of mind. So if you're single, this is the ultimate goal. This is where you want to go. This is you pulling the chariot in the same direction. This is you going, okay, here, this is what I want. Regardless of whatever you've dealt with in the past, whether it's, you know, losing faith in love or relationships, whether it's dealing with having been really religious or coming into a new religion, whatever it is, this is you saying, I want it all. I want the big picture. I want, you know, peace and tranquility and a partner and something really amazing. And yes, it could be family or kids. That's, you know, what they consider traditional, I guess. But there's so many different traditional now in my eyes, you know, adopting kids or just having pets and never having kids or getting married, or, you know, whether you're, you know, interested in same sex or heterosexual, whatever it is. To me, the basis of it is love, right? So to me, the normalcy of it all, regardless of what you want, who you love, and who you want to date, is love. And that's what this is saying. Whether you're single or looking to reconcile, that's what you want. You want the whole picture. Whatever your picture is, you want it. And you're going to feel the need and the want even more so this month. The next card you have is any hopes and fears for the outcome of November to the end of November. And you have the Knight of Wands and your actual outcome of November. And you have the King of Wands. So my gosh, you've got like all core cards, literally, except for this one and this one. And then you have 2 Arcana. So I don't know that I've really done a reading before with all these prevalent cards, which means a lot of big decisions and a lot of big things coming your way. Now, the Knight, and it could be fire energy because you have a lot of wands here. You have these wands, which I guess technically you have cups, which is, you have 3 cups, which is Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. You have wands, which is Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, and you have yourself, which is Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. So technically, I guess it could, and you have Cancer showing up here. The Knight of Wands. If you are single, this is charming, confident. The Knight, and you have these coming, right? Knight, Queen, and King. So here you have this triangle of energy and unbelievable confidence, charming, because the Knight and Queen are very similar. They're very energetic. They're on fire. So this is what you're hoping for. If you're single, you're hoping to have this confidence that maybe you lost a long time ago and you've been able to regain. You've been dating a little bit, you're regaining a little bit. Oh, he or she's interested in me. Okay, that's bonus point. He or she's not interested in me. Okay, that takes me back to a time where I'm like, oof, I'm not feeling confident in my love life, etc. And the Knight is saying that's all you want. All you want is to feel loved and love yourself. A lot of it is more to do with inside yourself. A lot of it is to do with you loving you and you appreciating you and you having to have that love from within to attract those people. And now you're finally feeling that and you're going to attract those people. If you're looking to reconcile, you're also it's the same thing. It's still the confident. It's still the daring. I don't know. It's like a toss-up here, and I really feel like you're not going to make the decision in November, but I feel like the decision is yours to make. But this right here is telling me that no matter which decision you make, you're going to be feeling confident. You're going to be feeling charming. I really feel like some of it was cheating because you're lost. You're lost. Look at, I'm amazing. You're lost. This is your outcome, which is the King of Wands. The King of Wands is about boldness. It's about leadership. If you're single, this is saying you're ready. You are out there. You are out there ready to have a relationship with somebody. And maybe you've always kind of waited for somebody else to make the move. Or maybe you've always kind of waited for somebody else to make the decisions. And you're like, no, this is what I want. And maybe by the end of November, you're going to decide who you want. What's interesting here is this past card where I said maybe you lost some inspiration. The King is full of inspiration. See these people around him? They're inspired. They're saying, we want to be like you. We want to be with you. And I feel like you're going to be inspiring people who are interested in dating you. You're going to be inspiring yourself, Aquarius. This is you showing up as the best possible person you can. I don't know that you're going to meet the person of your dreams by the end of November, but you are damn sure on your way because it's like coming from the inside out with all these court cards, and then ending with this is like you're bursting from the inside out with energy, being an amazing human and attracting another amazing person. If you're looking to reconcile, the King of Wands is talking about leadership, and this tells me again, you're in control here. I think that somebody's going to be contacting you. If they haven't already, they're going to be contacting you. Whether you decide to oblige them or not is up to you. But I think that you're kind of going, look, if we're going to do this, even if there was cheating and whatnot involved, and you decided that you want to give it another chance, you want to give it another go, whatever it is, this is you saying, hey, like, we've got some things to work on, and either we're going to work on them or this isn't happening. So I really feel like you're going to be controlling the entire situation. I'm going to go ahead and pull a clarifying card for the last two for the outcome and your distant future, and then we'll be done. Aquarius, not bad at all. This month is all about like inspiring yourself and maybe even inspiring other people and just learning from things. At some point there was like a darkness where you didn't have that inspiration in yourself, and now it's kind of like, you know, you do, and I think it's beautiful. All right, so the Eight of Swords, as you're clarifying for the outcome, immediately says, if you're single, don't go back to like not having faith. Don't be controlled by something that you truly don't believe in. The Eight of Swords is not a bad card, but see that hand being held back, that's you. That's you. That's self-doubt. That's imprisoning yourself. That's trying to control a situation you can't control. And the Hierophant being your theme is saying, you cannot control this. So come into the month and have that be your theme of, let somebody else take the wheel. I know there's like that saying about let God drive or something, but it doesn't have to be, it's whatever you believe in, a higher power, the universe. You have to let it happen as it happens. You cannot control it, and don't get into the mode of self-doubt, you know, worry, because ultimately this is what you want and it can be obtained. Just don't get into that self-doubt. If you're dating, that tells me immediately, if you meet somebody and you feel like it's too good to be true, worry about that later. Seek it out, but be cautious. It also means, too, don't give up. If you think that there's people who come into your life, let's say you're talking to 2 or 3 people now, and you thought they were all good suitors, and one happens to meet somebody else, or one ghosts or drops off the face of the earth, it's not the end all be all. You don't have to be imprisoned by the fact that not every person is going to be a match for you. It's going to be okay. So let yourself go. If you're looking to reconcile, don't feel, this is definitely for you, don't feel any type of self-doubt or confusion. If you know what you want and you want to be with that person, but you know that there are some boundaries that need to be set them. Don't feel imprisoned like the only way you can get back together with this person is to, you know, compromise on a level you're not comfortable with. If they're saying, hey, we need to do this to get back together, or I want to date, but I'm not sure, you know, no. If you are not interested in getting back together with them, unless they hit some specific and hard, you know, like hard agreements, then don't give in. I mean, just don't. Don't allow the situation to get confused because you care about that person. You don't want to fall back into spending another few years with somebody if it's not all out on the table, if you don't have clarity or you don't get the truth about whatever situations have been going on. All right, so you're clarifying the distant future, the Knight of Coins. Beautiful card. If you're single, this is about accomplishing what you want. This is about abundance. So this is about an abundance of love, but it's also about abundance of self-love, which, like I said with Aquarius, I think you just need it. I think you need faith again, spirituality, you need romance again, and the 9 says it's coming. It's coming, it's going to blossom, you're going to feel amazing. Again, you may not meet the love of your life in November, but somebody's going to help build your confidence. They're not going to do it for you because you're learning now how to do it on your own, but you're definitely going to feel some amazing changes coming from within and the people that you're going to meet, and specifically somebody in particular you're going to meet. 8, 9, 10, and you end with this peace, joy, family, love, etc. This abundance of love. If you're looking to reconcile, this says, look, you will have a successful reconciliation if you meet the criteria. And I know that sounds harsh saying criteria, but I really feel like some of you need to put your foot down, because I feel like you've believed the stories that have been told before, and you know that if you don't make some changes in what you allow people to do, say to you, And I know that sounds harsh aloud, but it's true, right? Because if you can smell the BS and you've been through this and they've told you the same story and it always turns out different, you need to control the situation. Because what do they say, right? First time, shame on you. Second time, shame on me, right? So if you've been through this rodeo before, don't draw your hard line in the sand. And if it doesn't work out, this outcome says either way, you're going to be successful. Either way, you're going to be satisfied. Might suck at first if you don't get back together, but what's worse? Being with somebody that you don't know if they're telling the truth, being with somebody you're not sure if you could ever trust, being with somebody you're constantly wondering what they're up to, or starting over and finding somebody who doesn't put you through all the crap. All right, Aquarius. Have a great November. I'll talk to you soon.